serious note, where do like the 28-year-old single men hang out at? Because like
28 to like 30.
You're so right. We're bopping around the West Village, and I'm looking.
I'm looking. Eyes are peeled,
but I'm not finding them. So if you're 28 and single,
where you live in New York, it shouldn't be that hard to find.
Oh my gosh, being single is so expensive. This is not what I signed up for. I really got to go buy outfits just to go out, just to try to impress these fools. And then on top of that, when I do go out, I got to at least buy myself an initial, beginner drink. So whatever that price may be. Sometimes I even got to pay to get into places by myself. I'm just so disgusted.
It's honestly just like so insane to me that I'm this cute and I still pay for my own nails. Like, at minimum, why am I paying for my own nails? I mean, they're really cute, but still, I don't even have a man that's paying for my nails. What am I doing?
I think the most unattractive thing a man can do is when they're not protective and when they don't take the initiative to just be masculine. Like, if I'm struggling with a bag, help me. I know I could do it by myself, help me. If I'm like carrying a load of stuff up the stairs, just take it. Why am I struggling and you're watching? Also, walking me everywhere because you don't want me to walk in the dark, please. I don't want to be let to walk in the dark on my own. Like, I need you to come across overseas to come and walk me back to my house. What happened to that chivalry? Also, if I'm stranded somewhere saying, it's a bit of a walk, order me an Uber. Order me an Uber. Like, it's really not too much to ask. It's not too much to ask because I got my dad for that. And if you can't fit the bill, that's all.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right. Women are shocked that men are happier staying single in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
A few days ago, I made a video about the fellas saying that they are becoming financially celibate, meaning that they're not going to be spending any money on women until marriage. This includes dates, honey. They ain't going on no dates that require them to spend money. And a lot of these men have been stitching me in videos, going off on me, calling me out my name, making lives talking about me, and all this kind of stuff. They just going off the rails. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all think that stuff y'all talking about is going to work, prepare to be more lonely and more single. Y'all try to say, oh, well, there's no male loneliness epidemic. When I go out here, these men look pretty lonely to me. They look like they ain't had attention from a woman in a long time. Like, that's the way a lot of y'all be moving. Like, so this whole thing of y'all getting back at women by saying, well, since y'all say y'all want to wait until marriage to sleep with us and y'all celibate, we just ain't gonna spend our money, into marriage. So this is the thing about it. Comparing money up against intimacy. Like I told y'all in my last video, intimacy is spiritual. When you sit up and you lay down with a person and you sleep with a person, you're creating something called a soul tie. And through that soul tie and you bonding with that person spiritually by sleeping with them, you don't know what demons of theirs you're picking up, and they don't know which of yours you're picking up. So when I hear y'all fellas say, well, we're going to be financially celibate, why don't y'all consider just waiting until marriage like a lot of the other women are doing? That's what y'all won't do. Y'all won't sit down and say, okay, I'm not going to sleep with a woman until marriage. But you'll sit up and take away finances, which is really not helping anything. It's not benefiting you emotionally, physically, spiritually, or mentally to pull from finances, but it's benefiting us mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually to say we want to wait until marriage to lay down with a man. Y'all always tell us that, oh, we need to pick better, we need to choose better. But when we start making better decisions for us and our outcome, y'all get upset because that means you can no longer use us, you can no longer manipulate us, and you can't have your way to get what you want. So a lot of y'all mad and upset with me talking about, oh, we gonna start doing this. Honey, y'all can start doing this. Only thing y'all are going to see is more and more quality women and headstrong women who got their head on straight now. Not these desperate women or these male-centered women. Real quality women are not going to want to deal with men like that. And just because a woman has money and she has a career, a nice house, that does not make her a quality woman. Because you have a lot of women out here that have their stuff in order, but they are desperate. They're desperate to have a man. When you get to the point where you fall into desperation, that takes away from your quality and your value as a woman when you're desperate to have a man. So y'all go ahead. Like I said, a lot of quality women, a lot of these women that y'all dream and desire to have, they're just not going to want to talk to you even more. You're going to be left out there with, honey, I don't want to say the bottom of the barrel, but you're going to be left out there with what's not really worth it. That's all I have to say.
Women are waiting for marriage now, but that doesn't mean that they're virgins, they're untouched, they don't have any experience. No. They're waiting now. And one of the things that got me fired up when she said whatever she said about men being deprived of attention or whatever, I just got my hair cut today. Same outfit, right? White forces, black jeans, this tank top. As I'm leaving, two Spanish ladies were walking up to their car, and I'm across the street. I'm getting in my car, and one was like, damn. What do you mean? I was just minding my business. I tell you guys all the time, when I'm in public, I don't pay attention to other people. It was just unavoidable because we were right there. She's like, damn. I ignored it, just got in my car. Oh, matter of fact, as I'm walking into the barbershop, I'm looking at my phone, I'm walking down the street, I look up, and there's a dude with his girl, and she's pretty cute. He does the mate guarding move where he pulls her closer. Men know where they stand in this game, but that doesn't mean that they're deprived of attention. Men get attention on the regular if they're attractive, somewhat. No, men are protecting themselves. They don't want to spend money on women until they know that they're serious. That's it. Don't try to put down men. No. Men don't want to give women something for nothing. As a matter of fact, when you do that, it blows up in your face. Let's watch this next clip, and then we're going to talk about clip number 1 again.
Absolutely no one on this planet works harder than a man who does not want to date you. The effort alone is enough. This man has never been on time to a single thing in his entire life. He cannot respond to a simple question directly. He can't even choose a place to eat. But when it comes to figuring out the right amount of attention to give me so that I just will never leave and he doesn't have to commit, oh, he's got it in the bag. He never slips up. Genuinely takes skill. People don't talk about this enough. It takes genuine skill to show up just enough without showing up too much. I don't talk to him anymore, but if I were to sit him down today and be like, hey, I want you to be consistent. I want something real. I want to see where this goes. This man's brain would fucking short circuit. That is too much. He's got a lot going on. It's complicated. But maintaining this little situationship infrastructure on the side, keeping all the parts moving, fucking with my feelings, still planning his exit strategy for when it gets too real. Oh, he's completely in his element. This is where he does his best work. Sometimes think about how different the world would be if men applied this same energy to literally anything else. The things that they could build, problems that they could solve. We could have cured something by now. My first situationship was lazy. Oh, he was sloppy with it. I figured him out within a month. The second one though, oh, he was committed. He treated it like a skilled craft. A full year of that level of effort and consistency for it to end up literally nowhere. As someone who was on the receiving side of it, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed that you can actually deceive somebody for so fucking long. You had me fooled. I think that if he put this much energy into being my boyfriend, his brain would actually explode. It would just be too much. But running his little operation under the radar with zero accountability, zero anything, that is his Olympic sport. And he is well trained.
So this guy who did nothing, who put in no effort for this woman, she's not seeing him anymore. She hasn't talked to him in a while. And who's she thinking about? Because best believe there's guys that want to do for her in the background that don't want to be financially celibate, that want to open their wallets for her, but she ain't thinking about them. Nah, bro, the jig is up. Men understand now. Oh shit, that actually puts me in a worse condition. It doesn't make anything better. Yeah, and then when you get played, you have nobody to blame but yourself. As you're sitting there trying to rebuild, you can't blame the women. See, the thing about my channel and the thing about the things that guys are understanding is everything will be your fault. You can't blame the women. Nobody's blaming women. Guys are just calling it out so that you're aware. Nobody's saying bad women. It's all their fault. No, it's all the men's fault. The reason why the market is the way it is now, simps. Dudes that don't understand being a man, having self-worth, self-respect. So it gets pointed back to the men. because it begins and ends with you. They don't like that. So all that nonsense she was talking about in clip 1, get it up out of here. Knock it off. Because what's this? I guarantee you there's guys in the background that want to open their wallet for this chick, but she's talking about some guy that didn't put in any effort. If anything, he put in a lot of effort into making her see that he ain't the guy. And that's who she's stuck on. Let's get the next one.
Guys, I'm low-key freaking out. I just reactivated my Hinge and I haven't been really like scrolling. And I forgot about the app. So today I just went on and I have a few likes. Oh, guys, I'm 37. I just want to meet someone who's like my age. Like give or take 35 to 40 would be but I am getting likes from either like 50-something-year-olds or 23-year-olds. Am I doomed? Like, are all men my age married? Did I miss the window? Do I only have option of raising a boy into a man or just dating a divorcee with 2 kids and he's getting a second wind in life? I don't know. I'm freaking out.
You know what's funny about women? In their mind, they act like they date athletes, they date musicians, they date entertainers, actors. Because when reality shows them their actual options, they're like flabbergasted by it. No, you knew this. So you're expecting a guy between 35 and 40 years old who is attractive, who you're sexually attracted to, who has the ability to go elsewhere, who's financially stable, who's a go-getter, who's assertive, who's dominant. You want this guy to end up with you? You lost your mind. You ain't nothing to write home about. So what's the problem getting on with these 50-year-old dudes or these dudes with kids? What's wrong with that? Oh, you think you're better than them. You think that you're better than them. Crazy work. And it's funny that when the option well is just running, it's flooded, right? They don't have a problem with, I could pass him up. I could pass him up. I could pass him up. But when the well runs dry, all of a sudden it's like they're scrambling and scraping for shit. They're like, what's going on here? No, bro. The thing is, too, like I said before, men are understanding what is. They're not blaming women for anything. They're just understanding. They're aware. Men understand that no matter what you do, women don't belong to you. But women think no matter what I do, no matter what age I am, men are going to still belong to me. Makes sense. Let's get the next one.
Tell me why somebody said the only reason you want to get married and have the government involved is because you want to trap your husband. Duh. I'm confused. Like I thought we were all on the same page. And it was said like it was this like new profound revelation or something. Yes. I want you stuck. I want you locked in. I want there to be spiritual, emotional, and legal ramifications if you try to break this covenant that we went under God and in front of the government for. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be easy for you if you decide to dip out. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you're not willing to put your money where your mouth is, how do I know you really committed? Because I want somebody that loved me like Jesus loved the church, right? And guess what he did? He laid his life down. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not even willing to risk your money out of fear of financial ramification of divorce, you won't even risk monetary value. How can I believe that you would be willing to lay your life down for me? Because at the end of the day, most people put more value in their life than their money. Is that a twisted way of looking at it? Maybe. I don't know. All I know is once we locked in, ain't no switching up. So I got that piece of paper. Just like I got that piece of paper for my house, I'm going to get that piece of paper for my husband. And you best believe I ain't going nowhere, baby. You stuck with me. Okay? And like, are people trying to make women feel bad because they want marriage and they're not willing to accept for being a forever girlfriend or common law marriages? Because that's so crazy. Why are you trying to I don't understand that to any degree. Like, you just thought I was going to be cool out here with lack of security? Baby, no. I'm sorry. I want you to put your money where your mouth is. Okay? We committed. We locked in forever and a day.
Anyways, that's all I had to say to y'all. And I also got my nails done. Look, I got a new shape and color. I'm excited. But anywho, I'll holler at y'all later.
She said all of that, and it's just manipulation. That piece of paper doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. A woman that loves you and respects you, that cares about you, that doesn't want to lose you, she could go for the piece of paper or not. It doesn't matter. She will be with you. This woman is talking all of this nonsense. You know what I'm starting to understand is women don't plan to build anything within the marriage. Because if they were having a prenup, it wouldn't be taken as disrespect. It wouldn't be like, oh, you don't trust me. Da-da-da. No. What happens if your relationship is on the rocks and then you come into some money? He's not entitled to that. You ain't really messing with each other anymore. How does he deserve half of that? Right? That's how it would go. So what is it always this big deal about being married and having the government in your business? You know why they want that piece of paper? They want that piece of paper so you always know who's the real boss. Why you think a lot of wives have their chest out towards their husband? You can ask them, who's the boss? And she'll be like, he's like, yeah, she's the boss. I tell you guys that story all the time. When I work in restaurants, I would always ask that question because it was funny to me how quick women would be like, tell him. He's like, oh, she's the boss. Bro, men are not going for that anymore. And you're just making it seem like you're trying to take advantage of a guy. Men are not trying to make women feel bad for wanting to be married with the government involved. No. Men are just aware and they're spreading information. Men have been made an example time and time and time again. You cannot blame the men for saying, I'd rather just be over here doing my thing. And if a woman wants to come and follow my program, cool, but I'm not rushing into anything and I'm going to delegate how things go. Let's get the next one.
One thing I cannot stand is a man that likes that I work hard. Like, I currently work like 55 plus hours a week, okay? And I cannot stand when I'm talking to a man. I'm like, yeah, I'm still working. And they're like, oh, I just love your drive. I love that about you. Ew, you're not the one for me, babe. I want a man that sees me working hard and is like, this isn't for you. Like, I want a man that wants me to have a soft life. I'm gonna work still, because I have worked really hard to get where I am with my career, and I have a 10-year plan, and there's something I want to do with my life, and I'm not giving up until I do it. But it's the principle. Like, I don't want you to want me to work. It's disgusting.
See, they can't find the rich guy that wants to give them the soft life. That's the problem. And then they project onto men. It's your job to find that guy, to lock that guy down. You can't blame men that you're actually attracting that are like, I like the fact that you work hard. What's wrong with that? They like the fact that you work hard. They're not giving you what you want, and they're not giving into your nonsense. If you like working hard and you got a goal, work on the goal. You shouldn't even be worried about attracting a man to take care of you and save you and give you a soft life. You got this. You got this. But at the end of the day, men would rather stay single, and those men who actually have the bag. The thing that women don't understand about men who have the serious bag, like the old money, they're old. They're not sexually appealing like that. You ain't gonna want them like that. You're gonna want the bag like that. And for the young dudes who have the bag, they have leverage. For the dudes who are middle-aged that have the bag, they have leverage. They don't need to deal with you. They don't need to deal with your attitude, you being stuck in your ways, you being a boss. They don't need to deal with that. What are they paying for? Because at the end of the day, it's transactional to a degree. So what are they paying for? She ain't gonna come in here and be like, you know, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z for the guy that's gonna come in and give me a soft life. No, what did you hear? I want a man to do this. I want a man for this. I want a man for that. Men are not going. Let's get the next one.
Genuinely, what the is men's problem with hating single moms? It's honestly like such weird behavior to me. Like, anytime that I post something related to a man at all, like, I instantly get hate comments from like incels and just like men with no followers, no profile picture, like they're hiding behind a freaking like robot like picture, and like they're so quick to like hate on me for being a single mom. And I'm like, really, we need to focus that energy on these horrible men that never stepped up to take care of children, maybe? Or like, the women aren't the problem. The women that are stepping up and taking care of these children and like you were possibly like raised by a woman. Like, we are the ones that are bringing life into this world. And I posted this Instagram reel, and I said, cutting my bangs shorter to scare away the men, because it deters the men. They don't like it. They don't like when a girl has like creativity and autonomy over her own body and makes choices for herself. Like, men don't like that, and they want you to desire them. They want you to need them. And as soon as you decenter men from your life, they're angry and they're mad, and then they're gonna attack you for the choices you make and say, well, we didn't want you anyways. And I'm like, well, that was the whole point. Like, I don't want you either, babe. Like, I'm cutting my bangs short because I don't want you either. But it's like, somebody commented, they didn't want you because you're a single mom. And I'm like, or you're already scaring them away because you're a single mom. And I'm like, I would hope that I am scaring away any of these childish men that or don't want me because I'm a single mom, because I'm tainted, or whatever the reason is, which I can't even seem to understand because it's so beneath me. But like, any single mom I know is so much better than every man I know.
Men don't hate single mothers. There's a difference between hate and indifference. So back in the days, oh, you're raised by a woman and everything she's saying would have worked. It would have shamed the man into submission. Here's the problem. You jump online speaking about men and then expect men not to comment on it. That's not how things go. If a woman comes in my comment section right now and says she doesn't agree with what I'm saying, you're never going to catch me using like a rebuttal or saying, I'm not even going back and forth with her. I chose to put this stuff out here. So whoever feels a type of way or wants to make a comment on it, go at it. That's your right. You can do that. I put it out for the internet to see and to listen to. Whatever your opinion's going to be is what it's going to be. And I like how she said, you know, it's guys with no profile picture, guys with no followers, losers, So basically, like, you don't get attention from women. I already told you, I just left my house this morning. Got unwanted attention. 1. 2, profile picture, Black Rambo in a do-rag. 3, 90-something thousand subscribers. Probably got more than her. So what's your excuse here? I can't talk about you? You're talking about men. I can't talk about you? But I just checked off all your boxes, though. Nonsense. Dudes don't have a problem with single moms. Single moms can still attract men. They're just not attracting guys that they want to stick around. Don't ever get shamed into submission. If you want to stay single, financially celibate, as they say, you're not looking to get married, that's your prerogative. That's your choice. They're going to continue to be frustrated out here because men have said enough is enough. I'm moving on my terms. And they don't like that. So this was women are shocked that men are happier staying single in modern dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
I actually can't believe people still ask me why I'm single when last night at a bar, I told some guy what neighborhood I live in New York, and he deadass looks at me and goes, on the street or in an apartment? So I'll be single forever.